set me free. Hallelujah. Death has lost its grip on me. You have broken every chain. There's salvation in your name, Jesus Christ, my living hope. Oh God, you are my living hope. One more time. Oh God, you are my living hope. Let the King of my heart be the mountain where I run, the fountain I drink from. Oh, he is my song. Let the King of my heart be the shadow where I hide, the ransom for my life. Oh, he is my song. 'Cause you are good, good. Oh, you are good, good. Oh, you are good, good. Oh, you are good, good. Let the King of my heart be the wind inside my sails, the anchor in the waves. Oh, he is my song. Let the King of my heart be the fire inside my veins, the echo of my days. Oh, he is my song. 'Cause you are good, you're good. Oh, 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 you're never gonna let me down. 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 'Cause you are good, never gonna let me down. You're never gonna let me down. You're never gonna let me down. You're never gonna let me down. 'Cause you are good. You're never gonna let me down. You are good. You're never gonna let me down. You are good. You're never gonna let me down. You're never gonna let me down. You're never gonna let me down. 'Cause you are good, you're good. Oh, you are good, you're good. Oh, you are good, you're good. Oh. You ever look around the culture we live in and wonder, how can things change so fast? I saw a meme this week that that was talking about Back to the Future 2, in fact, one of my favorite trilogies of movies, and the meme said that, do you realize that if you went back from today as far back into the past as Marty McFly went in Back to the Future 1, you'd be going to 1991.
So now that we all feel ancient, culture changes very quickly. I've got 4 kids living in my house who barely ever go outside, except to get to and from places like school and church. Now, I wrote this, and then this week, wouldn't you know it, they started like going on bike rides and like going for runs and like proving me wrong before they knew I was going to say that. But for the most part, they just don't go outside, not like I did when I was a kid. When I was a kid, we were constantly outside, especially in the summer, especially when there wasn't school. We were outside all the time. And we didn't have phones either. I know I'm kind of dating myself a little bit here. We didn't have phones when I was a kid to carry around with us. And so we didn't know what time it was. We just knew that you had to go home when the street lights came on, right? When the street lights came on, that was the indicator that, oh, I'm going to be late. And then you'd head home when the lights came on. And Nintendo came out when I was 3. Was first released, but I didn't get a Nintendo till I was 7 because it takes a long time for a kid to save that kind of money. So there wasn't a lot to do inside in the summer. And even after I got a Nintendo, I mean, let's be honest, there's only so much Duck Hunt a person can play before it gets boring. Like once you're up right at the screen, getting the ducks, it's boring. So you go outside and man, we had a big yard. Growing up, and like when I was older, that we moved when I was in high school, and in high school we had a pool in our yard, which was awesome. We were always out in the pool. Before we moved, the house that we had this big yard, and my dad built this awesome tree house, this awesome fort for us in our backyard. And man, it had everything. It had swings and monkey bars, and it had a lower level sandbox, but then like an upper deck, like clubhouse with like railings and a legitimate roof, and every toy weapon a kid could ever want. I mean, you don't have any idea how many toy weapons we had hanging in that tree house because that's who we were. We liked to play war a lot. And man, as great as that fort was, we were always, as kids, looking for ways to make it better. We were always looking for like creative ways to improve it. And a lot of times that meant repurposing things for uses other than what they were intended for. My family has a long streak of doing things like this. Like we fix things with things that have no business being used to fix that thing. We like to repurpose things and use them creatively. And I did this as a kid. Once I remember I tried to escape from the fort when the neighborhood enemy showed up to attack. And I thought it would be a good idea to parachute off the roof with a garbage bag. That wasn't a good idea, for the record. That didn't work very well. I discovered that day that trash bags and parachutes are different. Like the physics of them are different. Another time, I decided I was going to make a zip line. I think I've told this story before. I was going to make a zip line from a nearby tree into the tree house so that I could be hiding in the tree in order to like throw a water balloon or something at the neighbors and then like quickly escape. And, I wasn't like real small, but maybe I should have known. I don't know. But I had this scooter right in the garage, and I took it all apart, and I pulled the rubber off the front wheel. And so it was just the rim, just the plastic rim, and it had like a groove in it. And I'm like, oh, this will be perfect. I got the handlebars to fit inside the hole in the rim. So I had handlebars with the wheel, and then I strung a rope from the tree down to the tree house, and I'm like, here it is. This is a zip line. I've seen these on TV. It'll work, right? Didn't work, by the way. I didn't have any idea about tension. I didn't know real zip lines use steel and not just some random rope from the garage. And so it stretched all the way to the ground. I basically just jumped out of a tree when I attempted the zip line. It's a wonder I didn't break more bones as a kid. And as I got older, I learned more about